Hey everybody, so I'm back today with the second episode for my Splinterlands series of a $150 investment to make it to the gold leagues. Now we all know I got really lucky and got a gold foil out of 10 packs that was legendary. And that will help this account too much, I believe. So right now I'm renting it out. I'm not trying to sell it. And if you want me to, I'll just send it to my other account, and my account will send back either a legendary, epic, or rare card. Let me know in the comments what I should do. Should I slow this account way down and pretend like I got a rare instead of a gold legendary? Should I give myself a legendary back? Because, hey, that way it's not super lucky, but a little lucky. You guys can help me decide. Now, today I'm going to be going over how to enter a post into the Share Your Battle Challenge. This is an important part of growing an account on a budget. This will help you even more if you are a smaller player with like $20 or $50 to start, and it still helps a player like me who started with $150. This is because if you take part in these and you do them pretty well, you could get a $10 to $30 post. And if a whale in the Splinterlands community sees you and goes, hey, that was a good job, they might even give you a vote too. Doesn't happen that often, but it can, and then you push it up to even more. Make sure you understand how Hive works. Even if a post is at $20 or $30 or $40, you only get half of that, and then you only get another half of that liquid. So it's not going to be something that you can immediately go out and buy a bunch of cards with, but it'll help you out over time. And it does help you to build a Hive account and build up your Hive power so that resource credits are never a problem while you're playing the game, and because it really shows that you're embracing the game and the community of Hive, and it can really help you out. This is where I got started in creating content. I went from blogging to making videos about Splinterlands to creating a YouTube channel to share those on, and now I'm on my way to maybe hitting 4,000 subscribers, which is pretty cool. It's not enough to quit the day job yet, but hey, who knows what's going to happen in the next few years if this game continues to grow. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at my account. My first post, I got 1.3 Hive. It's about $1.30. I'm not trying to get any big whale attention out there, so I'm actually glad that none of them came and really upvoted this. I'm going to show you the way to share your post, though, because if you're someone who's not even getting this, you might be like, wow, he got that on his first post. That's unfair. I understand that. My very, very first post when I first joined Hive for many months, I got nothing. And actually back then it was Steam. By the time it was Hive, I was already getting stuff. But the point was, when you first begin, nobody knows who you are. You post in the community, it's hit and miss whether or not a nice person sees it and gives you a vote. Now, posting to a community helps, but taking part in challenges helps more. If you're not big into Splinterlands, or you have other hobbies and you want to do additional posts besides the 2 a week that I'm going to talk to you about today, then you should look for photo challenges, poetry challenge, any other kind of challenge. Just search the word challenge, check the tab challenge, and you will find challenges that you can take part in Hive. And if you follow the rules, you usually will get votes. It's the best way to grow your account when you're new. I know this is about Splinterlands, but I'm showing you how to earn additional income to buy additional cards, and this will play in later on. I won't do as many videos that are this long about posting in the future. It'll mostly be about account management, battle recaps, what I'm buying, what I'm not buying, renting out, and stuff like that. But this is important to learn, because once you get this down and you're doing it every week, it's another source of income that you can easily give to the game. So we're going to go to the Share Your Battle Challenge. So this is the Share Your Battle Challenge. They share one of these every single week. This one has only been up for 2 days. So by the time you see this, you'll still have a few days to do your post if you haven't. And when you do your Share Your Battle Challenge, they're going to feature a card, and it's going to be in the title, and you might be intimidated. I don't own a Feral Spirit, you say. I don't want to rent a card to do a post that might not even get a guaranteed vote, because they aren't guaranteed. Well, come and check out the rules, and then you'll understand you don't even need this card to take place, and I won't be using this card to take place in this, or part in this, I should be saying. They say right here, if you don't own the themed card, you can use a different themed card. And it's not always a themed card. Sometimes it's a rule set, sometimes it's a ability, like a sneak theme or a sniper theme. So watch for the different themes. They do kind of feature these older cards to give them, you know, a little bit of extra utility, maybe for somebody who does have them. Oh, you can use it and you could do a video about it or a post about it. The other thing that might scare you away if you're reading the rules is to create a post by sharing a video link of one of your battles. All this means is that when you go here and you go to your battle links, you hit copy, you copy this post and you put this link into your post. That does not mean you have to make a video. Okay, let's get back over here, go over some of the other rules. Make it look good. There's an ultimate markdown guide tutorial. We're going to look through it a tiny bit to show you a few tricks. I'm only going to put a few of the tricks in my video, and then I'm going to show you some other posts that, in my post, I'm going to show you some other posts that did it way better, and then some posts that maybe didn't do it right at all. It really varies how much effort and time you take to learn how to blog on Hive, but this markdown tutorial will teach you all the tricks you need to know about how to center stuff, how to move stuff, how to make links like this show up in your post if you don't know. They also have other neat things on these posts that are good to check out. You can check out how to make a thumbnail here. I will also be showing you quickly how I make my thumbnails. You can get card images here. So if you want to get an image of a card, you click here and it'll show you how. We're not going to go over those things today because I'm trying to do this as quick as possible. Make sure you use the tag Splinterlands and play to earn on your post. I'll show you how to add your tags. Please note that everything below is a suggestion. They're things to get you going. You want to answer all of them or answer completely different ones. Make your article shine. Now, when you're first getting started, I would just do most of this, and then as you get better at blogging, you'll add more, remove more, talk more, do more. It's just kind of the nature of the beast when it comes to writing stuff on Hive. So you want to tell them about your lineup. You want to explain why you put each card where it is on the board. Do you want to explain if your strategy worked or didn't work? You can share a battle that you lost. I don't typically do that, but I've done it in the past just to test it out, and it still worked to get me a vote. Do you like the card that is being used? Why or why not is another important thing to kind of add. They want you to share your post out into other social media. The sites that I would suggest, and I'm going to show you, are PublishX, Torum, Twitter. Those are the easy ones. If you do want to make videos, then you can go to YouTube or 3Speak. That would count. And there is Odyssey and Library. Odyssey and Library are the same database, but there are other places you can go and share videos. This is really up to you. Making a video sometimes is easier for people. Other times it is very hard. Then they want you to link your Hive post and the social media post you said in the comment section. So we're going to skip over, these parts and go down to show you a few posts that have been done. So here's the first one. And this one's actually pretty good. And it's not necessarily first, it's just this is one's voted to the top the way it's working. It's got a vote. So as you can see, he did a bad thing. He used this. This means that if he was to tweet this on Twitter, they won't retweet him because he didn't make his own thumbnail. He did use the image from the post, which is a good thing to do. You can copy this image out and put it into your post or put it into your thumbnail. It's a good way to quickly make your own thumbnail without having to go and dig for too many different things. I will show you from the post. You can just right click and save this. If you like this, you can right click and save this. If you are on any other people's images in general, you can kind of copy and paste stuff that looks really, really generic into your post, and it will make it look better. Nobody's going to freak out on you. Do not copy anybody's actual images like this one if it was copyrighted and put it in your post. That's a big no-no on Hive. Using copyrighted materials is very bad, and people will downvote you for that if they figure out you did it. The other thing they kind of like, and some people will want you to do, is do photo arbitration. I'll show you how you can do that, which is basically showing you how you did it. As you can see, he actually made a video, and then he talked about his video. So that's one post. Now we're going to go to another post a little further down. I kind of looked at these earlier. I think maybe it was this one. So in this one, he did the boring thing that you're not supposed to do. He did the card. He did the play. He did some interesting tabling, which is a skill you can use there, and then he did the result. As you can see, he doesn't have a big vote yet. He might be skipped because literally using this can get you skipped. Let's see. Maybe it was this one. Okay, so this guy made his own thumbnail. This is the first real person to make his own thumbnail. He used these images to kind of separate instead of borders. This would be something that you could save, and you could use these for posting. Now, these are for the life deck, and these can be found on, I can tell you these can be found if you look around on Hive. These are really old school when people used to share and create, these are called dividers, Splinterlands dividers. You might even be able to Google that. Here's someone where you can pull the card images and you could put them into a lineup. So, but overall, he did a pretty good build, I think his account will get a post, but I don't know for sure. And let's see if we go a little bit further down. We'll look for one. Okay, so this one has been upvoted. So we'll go ahead and go to this post just to give you an idea. So this one, the guy did not have the card, so he changed it to Zenith Monk. He did a Zenith Monk challenge. He showed it. He went over the different cards in his battle, and then at the end, he just had a link to the actual battle. And did he get a vote? Yes, this post is at $32. So he got it, and if you look here, he got a vote from the team for $18, and the Leo people, because he posted in the Leo thing, they gave him $12. Now, I don't know about always sharing these in Leo Finance. They seem to be okay with it, the fact that this one got a vote, but this could be somebody that is a member of that community, because weekly battles do not necessarily have anything to do with financial topics, but that's for another day to discuss. So let's go ahead and take a look at the ultimate, the guide to how to make posts. If you don't know how to make posts, this is where you need to come. I'm not going to go over everything. I'm not even going to go over very much because there's way too much in this. It would turn it into like 30 minutes me talking about this one post. So come and check it out. All you have to do is go to any of the weekly battle challenges, and they always have the ultimate Markdown tutorial. You click on it. It'll teach you how to make headings and make them bigger. It'll teach you how to change text around. It'll teach you how to add little lines. It'll teach you how to put links into post. It'll tell you how to put images into post and talk about places you can get images. If we go all the way to the bottom, they say go here to Pixplay, Pixels, or LeoPix, all places where you can get photos that you can use, and will be in my example today. And then basic editing free options. There's Kavana and Lunapic. I'm actually going to show you one other one that is free and web-based that I use. And that's called Photofia. They do talk about them here, and making your own thumbnails is a good way to get them going. Oh, I'm going to follow Carrie on my new account. Following on Hive is pretty important for people, but you know, if you get follow too many people, then your feed becomes not so good. So you want to, you know, be careful with that. Okay, so now let's get to my post. So we're going to look at it here. So here's my thumbnail I created. So I copied the cat out of there. I copied this Chaos Legion image. I put them in front of this fantasy background that I found on Pixabay. I copied out this text here, this arbitration text, to show them that this user made this image and that it came from Pixabay. I didn't have to do that, because if we go to Pixabay, here's the image and it says no arbitration required. But by doing that, sometimes you'll make some people in the Hive world a little happier to show that, hey, I took this base image, I used Photofia. On Photofia, I threw it on, I added that, I added text, and I did a little bit of text editing. If you would like a longer video about thumbnail creation from me, I could do that. Let me know. But in reality, there are a lot of people out there on YouTube that make thumbnail creation videos, so I'm not going to go over that too much. So let's go ahead and go back to my setup here. So I did my own thumbnail. I gave it a thing. I wrote an intro kind of to explaining that I did not have the feral spirit, how I was going with the sneak lineup, and then still, because I felt like that was the theme of this overall thing. And so one of the things I maybe could have done was get a picture of one of the sneak monsters I decided to use, which was Uraeus and Undead Badger on this death team, but I didn't have to. Now, one of the things I decided to do was I added in this little heading. So first, I had to do my battle link. Now, one of the things I've noticed in some of the other videos, it's kind of better if the link stands out a little bit. So I'm going to move this to over here. And so now it says you can watch the battle here if you prefer, but it's time to get to the lineup. So now we go to round one. In round one, I go ahead and I talk about the different lineup that I use. In round two, I go ahead and talk about what happened in round two. The round one is always going to be where you want to talk the most, because you want to explain your lineup. Just to briefly explain what I explained in the post, I was going with a sneak lineup. I understood that in bronze, this kind of like deck comes at you a lot with, so I countered it with the same thing, but I put blockers to block the sneak. This one armor on Uraeus I talked about a lot because it was extra, and then this sneak monster here. I hit over here because he only has 1 life and I wanted him to live. I did point out that a 2 life carry-on over here had a shot of, if they had used a Badger or a Urias, taking 2 attacks to kill. But they did use the 2 attack. I believe this card is called the Silent Shiva. And so they were going to one-shot this, but they were going to run into this armor. And so I kind of break down their lineup, my lineup, all within here and what I did. Then I show in round 2 that so far my plan has been working. As you can see, he killed my guy, but I got him down to 2 life. I have an armor here, so even though he'll attack first and hit here, the Badger might hit him and put him at 1. He'll only take away my armor, then the Urias will attack. It'll kill him. I point this out. That's what ends up happening. In the last round, it's just my 3 monsters versus this one. Here, and then I go ahead under the battle results. I talk, in this one, I do talk about how the armor, what got me the win, and how it could have been a little bit different. I do have a little mess up here, but I don't want to stop the video. I don't want this text centered. So I'm going to have to clean that up after I do the post, but I don't want us to stop at this point because we're already 16 minutes in. So we're just going to keep going. Now, as you can see, I did do these 3 dots to enter some lines in certain places. So that's why there's these lines. Now, I could make my post look a little bit better if I went out and found some good dividers, but we're not going to do that today for this post because I kind of want to show you in my progression of doing these posts each week. Even though I don't just show you how I make them, I'll show you how they look, and then I'll go ahead and show you kind of the different votes that I do. Mostly this account will be taking part in just the Splinterlands challenges. You could obviously do more, and then you could accelerate this ability to earn extra money. So, on the tags, we need to have Splinterlands, SPT, 1-up is a good one to use. Battle, you don't really need. I put Battle Challenge, Social Media, Community, and we also need Play to Earn. So we'll put that one in there. This is your tags. If you can enter 10 on Peak D, this is why I use Peak D. If you can't, then you want Splinterlands, Play to Earn, SPT, 1-up, and then maybe Battle Challenge or Challenge to get yourself some extra stuff. I'm actually going to take off social media because this isn't, that was more because they want us to share on social media. I don't think I need that tag. So there's my 9 tags. I got everything ready to go. So I'm going to publish my post. The reason why I'm going to go ahead and publish this the way it is because I want to show you how to share it different places. And then we're going to go ahead and take a look at my account and where I got and talk about a few of the things that I noticed within the Bronze League and show you a few tricks. So if you wanted some tricks, skip maybe to that at the end. But if you want to see how to share this one out. So when you post in Splinterlands, you're going to want to make sure you do that. I think I did that, correct? Yep, here I am. Here's my post. So now my post is up. I can look at it here and see one of the things I noticed. I didn't think I had a mistake on my numbering. It was just a mistake in the displayer. So my stuff is not centered here like I thought it was, but here it is. So you see how this text is kind of centered. This one's centered and that one's centered. Those don't look good. I'll go ahead and fix that after this post so that by the time the Splinterlands people see it, it won't have that problem. But we're going to go ahead and talk about how you can share your post. So one of the things that's kind of interesting about Hive is that if you do a sorry. I wanted to do I select all, but I don't think I can. Okay, so if I pull everything down from here to here and I hit copy, I can go to a site called PublicX. You can log into this a couple different ways. You're not going to make much money here, but it gives you the ability to share the post. I see. Even me, I only make a few pennies. But once your account is set up, you can go to post and you can go to create a new post. And because this is a editor that matches up the same way as Hive works, you can go ahead and paste your post in here and it'll come out in the exact same formatting because they also use HTML, but from the front end of Hive. The only other thing I need to do is copy out just because I was having a hard time selecting it. We're going to go all the way up here and copy that image. We're going to go back to here and we're going to paste. Okay, so now I've got my image. Now everything might not share this exactly perfect on Photofia. I mean on this site. So if you don't like the way something looks, like this image, you could take it out. But in general, just to save time, I'm just gonna post it over here. Now you need to, now you're gonna wanna do Splinterlands. You're gonna wanna do play to earn. And then you can add a few more here. There's no other tokens, so I'm gonna add NFTs. And I'm gonna add Hive because it's a Hive, because the post came from Hive. Then you're gonna select your thumbnail. You're gonna go to the one that you created. You're gonna hit open. Okay, I have to actually shrink that down. So what I'm gonna do in the meantime is I'm just gonna open this one. And I can fix that after the fact. So we're gonna do save and preview. So now it's saved. You can see this is how the post would end up looking when it hits their site. That looks pretty clean. The only thing is I need to downgrade the quality of this image so that it goes into my thumbnail. So I'm not going to publish this yet, but you would publish this and then you'd be able to share it on their post. On Torum is a social media site where all I'll need to do is take the link from my post and go, hey. So I'm going to go, if you are into Splinterlands, a good play to earn game, check out my post. And then I will drop the link in here, and you will see when you do that on this site, then I've shared my post into here. Now, sometimes their site will show this, and other times it won't. It's kind of hit or miss. This is a newer social media site. And then obviously Twitter is pretty easy. I actually don't have that many followers on Twitter, so this is kind of funny. So I'm going to go ahead and do check out my battle post on, and then I'm going to do Hive. It's always good to do a /Hive when sharing a Hive post, because that'll get you some extra attention by Hive bloggers. I accidentally went to full screen. Oh no, how do I? So just, I'm trying to do this kind of simply. We're going to put that at the bottom. We're going to do hashtag Splinterlands, hashtag play to earn. All right, so we've got our tags, we got our posts. So now we've shared it on Twitter, and we've shared it on Torum, and we've theoretically shared it on PublishX. The reason why I'm going to share it on 3 different places is because when I share my post to them, I want them to have that ability to see that I did the extra effort to put it a few different places. So we're going to go back to the original post, and we're going to do a comment. We're going to go, hello, thanks for doing this. Then I'm going to do this. Here is my post. And I shared it on Publish 0x. I'm going to put that in brackets. I'm not actually going to put the link in because I want to show you don't have to, but you need to come back and put it in quickly if they're not quite ready. Twitter and Torum. So I can type them all out, and then I can go to Twitter. I can click on my tweet. I can come back to my Share Your Balance Challenge. I can put in the Twitter one. I can put in the Torum one by clicking here, copy link. Oh, that was from when I was looking to see how to embed a video from a link, but you can't do it. You need to have the video hosted somewhere. So we got to come back to our challenge. We'll put in the Torum link, and then I'll come back to my comment and, well, actually, you know what? I'll just go ahead and publish the Publish X one, and I'll edit the image first. The cover image actually being different is not that big of a deal, because over here we don't really earn any money, and oh, I need to do a title. So I'm going to do a simple title. We'll do this. And now we can take that post. We can put it here. And the only thing really left for me to do is to clean up my post a little bit, because I've now put it on the team for them to see, and hopefully I'll earn a vote. Now I do want to clean up that thing, otherwise my vote will be smaller. Okay, so let's take a look at my account. Now, first thing I'll show you, just so we can watch it, is the battle that I shared. It was this one here. So this is what I found in Bronze 1. I'm going to give you some tips. If you can afford him, rent or get Urias, because he'll help you win a lot of these silly matches because of this armor. It's kind of a silly thing to think, but a lot of people like to use Curse Wendigo. These are a lot of the bots accounts. So you're going to see this card here a lot. By getting one to level 2, which will cost you a tiny bit of money, but this is where that $150 investment came in. I bought enough to get him to level 2. That 1 HP extra will make it so that when these two fight each other, he survives with 1 HP. This will help you get out of Bronze 3 very easily in these lower mana matches. So by lower mana, I mean anything about 16 or lower. It's pretty much Cursed Windu with sneak monsters behind him. You see this a lot, but you're going to see, because I have an armor, I'm going to win this fight, because when this attack from his guy hits my sneak monster first, he doesn't die. I kill him. My Windu survives just barely, and I win the battle, right? And so I won that battle because I had that one epic card that had an armor that could get a hit. And you'll see that happens again right here. So this is another time where we were in that lower mana match, and I went ahead and I did my level 2 Cursed Windu with my level 1 Urias. I put this out there. As you can see, they have a sneak monster and an opportunity monster, and they're gonna have armor. But but as you saw, I won this fight. Probably didn't think I would win, but in the reality here, they just did not have enough protection to kill off my monster who had thorns. Because he has that extra HP, you're gonna watch it. Like, this looks like, man, you're gonna lose. Look at these guys. You only got one monster left. But the thing is they end up running out of attackers. So there, one attacker dies, and oh, I have that one extra HP that level got me. So leveling that card up to level 2 really helps you get out of Bronze 2 in those mana matches, like I said, that are just a little bit lower. Now let me show you an interesting lineup that I discovered for Sloan, because I went ahead and leveled Sloan to 2, and you wouldn't think, now a lot of people think Sloan is not that good, the bots don't use him that often, but I found out that General Sloan has a lineup in particular that seems to combo pretty well. The lineup is having a leveled up Pellicore monster. You have to put Chaos Agent right here, because otherwise sneak monsters and snipers will hit your armor user and kill them. So you want to give them a target they have to go after here. When this target gives him armor, they're going to take 2 turns to kill him, unless it's a mage with this mage sniper right here. And then you used the double 3 attack on this monster, and for this one I added a portal spinner, but the normal combo is to use it with the time mage to slow down the other team. I did this kind of as a gamble, and you'll see it ends up paying off, because the portal spinner does a very lucky first attack. as you see, I lost my sniper, but then boom, their sniper's gone. So now I'm not going to lose my person that was giving us armor. Now I'm going to double attack, double attack. Now they're going to not quite kill that. They're going to get rid of my armor, but double attack, double attack. He'll take out that person, but I have double attack, and I win that match. What I'll show you the lineup, that lineup also beating Tarsa. So this is a very interesting lineup in that early bronze, because versus Tarsa, who has this kind of interesting lineup that you run into a lot where they use these two cards. If I put Urias at the end, I use the Time Mage to slow it down. I do my double attacker here. I do this target here to make this spy have to hit him twice, and then hit this one, and then hit this one. So that's 4 attacks from this guy these two are going to take. And we have a pretty fast flying attacker in the front row that they're going to have a hard time hitting. So let's go ahead and watch this fight. Not to mention, I have my own little sneak monster that might be able to take out some people. So, oh, and the magic damage is helpful. So you're going to see there, his guys are just running into my armor on Urias, running into my armor on the Chaos person. They finally kill my Chaos Knight. Oh no, they finally kill my Urias. You get a miss there. You have the mage take that person out, so even with the armor repair, you get the double attack there, and then a double attack here. You get another miss because we slowed them down, and it was just a dominating win from, I think, a team that probably beats you quite often. So this is what I eventually learned, is to use Curse Window if mana's kind of low. If it's in the 22 or higher area, I can use that Sloan line, and that's really how I won my way out. It doesn't always work. If you can't, when I tried to use it here, it didn't work. And I don't have a leveled up blue. This one is something that I ran into sometimes, but not actually that often. I ran more into Tarsas and Undeads using Curse Window when I was trying to fight my way into Bronze 2. So now I'm in Bronze 2. Now I can earn DEC. I'm going to let this recharge for another day. Tomorrow I'm going to try to fight my way into Bronze 1, and then I'll be able to give you some ideas of how I did that. Is there any other interesting battles to share with you? Oh, I can share this one. When mana gets high, having this one here is pretty good, but one of the things I learned in Bronze 1, you don't get high mana very often. So I bought some like interesting cards to kind of use as big heavy cost mages, and I didn't see an opportunity to use them very often, because this 30 was surprising, and I got like a 99 one time, but a lot of times it was 20, 21, 16, 14, 21. So if on those lower mana matches, it turns out that in my opinion, to get out of Bronze 1 or Bronze 3 into Bronze 2, this card is not as good. So I shouldn't have leveled that one. That was the mistake I made in the first video. I thought, magic is normally really strong at the end, but the problem is a lot of the mages on the Earth team, they're expensive. You're right, he's 6. That 9 cost one with Taunt I bought is pretty much unusable in Bronze because you just never get the mana to use it. This was one of the few cases I got mana and she got mana, and really this was a really close match where it just really came down to the fact that I did go ahead and purchase one of these guys. That's one of the extra cards I've purchased. I'm kind of learning how to play the thing. I still have 5,000 DEC left from my original $150. The reason why I didn't spend it all is I thought prices might go down on cards. I've been right on that. They've continued to trend down a little bit. And because I wanted to play a little bit, see what people were beating me with, and then buy those cards or find good counters to them. All right, everybody, that ends episode 2. I gave you an idea of how to go ahead and do a Share Your Battle challenge, get that extra money so that you can come to the market and buy extra cards with the money you're making on Hive. I showed you some of the tricks that got me out of Bronze 3 and into Bronze 2. As you can see, I'm in here. I am going to need to rent some cards and add to my team with this DEC that I have left, because as you can see, I currently do not have enough power to get out of Bronze because I did rent that card out. It's not giving me that big power boost, so I can't win my way out of Bronze 2 yet, but I'll be working on that in the next day or two. Thanks, everybody. Goodbye.